is good? With my people out there, with my people out there, hey, with my people out there, What's good, man? It's around Pack Boy Dolo. Checking back in with another episode of the Round the Clock Thinker Show, man. You know, I got a good topic for you today, and we're gonna break this down like it's never been broken down before. I don't think no one on the internet, no one in this YouTube space has ever broken down what I'm about to break down to you, how I'm about to do it. And guess what? Man, I'm gonna do it fresh out the press, man. I'm doing it straight off the dome. You know what I mean? No notes. Any notes. You feel me? So first I wanna say there's two emotions that I feel like they play in the background, but both are very, very potent, right? Very potent. So, when you really think about what I'm telling you, you will be able to see why it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to probably identify with it with someone that you know, or perhaps yourself. So, the first emotion and the second one is powerful. So make sure that you stick around for that, because the last one is absolutely powerful. Now the first one is sadness. Sadness. You know, sadness is an emotion that you have to be careful with. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful when you're dealing with sadness. And if you felt it, or if you know anybody in your life that has felt it, perhaps, right? Then you know how quick you could end up in a dark hole from sadness, right? And they even come up, they have a term, they have a diagnosis, which is usually perhaps a byproduct of this one emotion. The diagnosis is depression. They have medication called antidepressants, which is supposed to make you happy, right? Now, the people that are on this medication, you have a conversation with them and you can feel the dark cloud over them. You can feel that they're not the happiest camper. right? And on top of that, sadness is so powerful that it could cause someone to take their own life. Sadness or depression could cause someone to cause harm to themselves. And there's a difference between this emotion and the second emotion, right? So when you're dealing with sadness, I just ask that you guys really, if it's you dealing with sadness or you know someone is dealing with sadness, really tell them to tap into the why. They have to really peel back the layers to the why. Right? And they'll realize that it's somewhere in there they have an expectation. You have to get rid of expectations that are that potent that they make you sad. And sometimes it's a relationship. What's the expectation of that, Dolo? The expectation of that relationship is that the sad person expected it to work out. They compare themselves to other people, so they expect to be perfect. Right? Instead of dissipating all expectations, unidentifying with the personality and your personal history. Listen, you are everything and nothing. It's 2 books that I recommend. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And the second one is by Joe Dispenza. It's called where is it? It's on my bookshelf. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. It's over there actually. If I had my hands on it right now, I would actually read out of it. But deleting that expectation could free you in ways that you can't even imagine. Allowing your present reality, your moments, to give you the joy. Your now, your moment. Allowing your moment to provide you with the joy. Right? Learning to disconnect. Once again, learning to disconnect from expectations and personal history and all of these things. Even because look, sometimes it runs in the family. Sometimes the parents were sad, and that's how this person end up being sad, end up having this emotion. You delete that expectation, and it takes you out of the whole sequence that could end in you taking antidepressants, being diagnosed with depression, taking antidepressants, and then, if you don't take your medication, then you want to hurt yourself and stuff like that. Like, if you take away the expectation on the front end and start to get to know how you operate and what makes you happy and focus on that, then you quit thinking about the things that make you sad because you got rid of the expectation. I'm not expecting anything from something that I found that could upset me in that way. But I'm expecting everything from myself to put in the work and learn and grow myself and understand how I operate. You know, what helps me, what gets me in a good mood. And the number one goal should always be to feel a little bit better right now. Just a little bit better right now. And if somebody knock you back a couple of steps, that's okay. You start from there. That's your baseline. Feel a little bit better right now. Number one goal. Right? So make sure you tap into that because that's important for the people who deal with the sad emotion, right? Now, this second emotion is the most powerful. So if you're still here, you're a real one. You dig? Look, here's the second emotion. The second emotion that's in the background, that's just about forgotten about and pushed back. No one really talks about it. No one really talks about how to use it properly. It's anger. Listen to me. Anger is one of the most potent emotions that ever existed, aside from happiness. Anger is one of the most potent emotions that ever existed. Don't know why. Pack Boy, tell us why is anger so potent? Here's why. Because if you learn how to transmute anger, it's game over. If you learn how to use anger and not let anger use you, it's game over. Watch this. If you learn how to transfer and transmute sadness into anger, and you use anger and not let it use you, you use the sadness and not let it use you to create a motivation, to spark a motivation, to spark a desire and drive in you, it's game over. What's the ultimate goal, Dolo? The ultimate goal is to feel a little bit better right now. But the thing is, when you're sad and you're not feeling okay, that can be heavy. Sadness and anger, heavy, right? So how do you do that? How do you transfer it? You find the reason within you, and you say, you know what? The simple fact that this is making me sad, that pisses me off. You see that? You don't stay in the sadness because the sadness is heavier than the anger. The sadness is way heavier. So as quick as you can, you say, you know what? The simple fact that this is making me sad, the simple fact that that person just broke up with me, that pisses me off. You just shifted from sadness to anger. Okay? More usable, right? you can use anger way easier than sadness. You can't do much with sadness. So the best thing for you to do with sadness is to feel a little bit better right now, which is moving the sadness into anger. You know what? The simple fact that this is making me sad, that pisses me off. Now, Dolo, what do you do with the anger once you're there? Once you transmute from sadness to anger, what do you do? Watch this. Before I even tell you that, I'm going to tell you the two differences between sadness and anger. When someone's extremely sad or depressed, they're prone to hurt themselves. So therefore, it's the self-image. It's, you become hateful of yourself. The sadness, it makes you feel like something is wrong with you. So you're more prone to hurt yourself. That anger makes you more prone to hurt others. It's outward. It's outward. Sadness is inward, critically inward. Anger is critical outward. Right? So once you move to anger, in order to use it and not let it use you, right? You come up with a solution that feels like revenge. But look, this has to be a constructive solution. Now, don't go flat somebody's tires, or don't go, do something critical to that person, because guess what? The anger is using you then. So you use the anger in a constructive way, and you could create a scenario in your mind. You say, you know what? I guarantee you that this person would not want to see me working out and taking care of myself. This person would not want to see me with an amazing physique. In fact, they may come back, but I'll be so far ahead. Once you start working on yourself, once you use that anger constructively, eventually that anger is going to turn into, guess what? Happiness, excitement. You're gonna start to love the process of working on yourself. And all you did was use what someone did to you to make you sad or mad, and you transmuted that. You created a desire that in your mind would be, quote unquote, revenge to them. Because it was their mistake. You have to be thinking of it like this. It's their mistake that they lost me. It's their mistake for thinking that how they're acting towards me is gonna somehow cause me to be defeated. That's their mistake. Oh, they done fucked up now. They done fucked up. They got me locked in now. Now let's go. It's crazy. And every day, see, you start to be at war with yourself. And when you start winning a war with yourself, you start to love that process, because you start seeing the results. You feel more confident, more powerful, more in control. The two emotions that have been forgotten about could actually, and is not really talked about, could actually be used to put you in a better spot and in a better situation. Man, it's your round Packboy Dolo checking out. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time we drop on here, you see when it's uploaded, man. I hope I broke this down to you the best way and the most simplified way so that you could understand it, understand it, and overstand it, and use it in your life, because I didn't even use notes. I came straight off the dome. This was fresh off the press. And I gave it to you in the most quality fashion. So I hope it helped. And it's your round Packboy Dolo checking out. Peace.